fellow bookworms to Tibra's Den. My name is Whitney, and Happy New Year's. I was trying to decide what to do as kind of a New Year's special. Originally, I was going to do something with my 25 days of Bookmas, but I was just too excited. So I went ahead and did like the compilation videos already. And so, yeah, I was just trying to think of what I wanted to do, and I decided I would do my 2022 reading goals, or book goals in general. Some of them aren't necessarily directly related to reading, but just books in general. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to talk about that. And then it'll be fun to see, in the end of next year, whether I completed these goals or not. So, my very first goal, the number one thing that I want to complete this year, is finishing my Nora Roberts collection. I have most of her books. I think I only need just over 20 books. I can't remember, it's like 21 or 23 books that I still need. About half of those are anthologies, the other half are standalones that are a little bit older that I never was able to get. And so I really, really want to complete those. I think a couple of them are actually part of a duology, but they're really standalones. They're just a duology in terms of theme, I guess. They're kind of grouped together. And so yeah, that's my main goal this year, is to complete my collection of her works. Like I really, really want to do that. And I definitely think that's achievable with the number I need. Especially most of them I get off of like Thriftbooks or such. So they're not that expensive. And so I do think I can complete that goal. And I really hope I'm able to do that. I think that'll be so awesome to have her complete collection of works. So that's my number one goal. My number two goal is to finish working my way through the books that have been on my shelves for years and then doing like a big unhaul. Those goals kind of go together. I have so many books that have just been on my shelf for years and years and years. They've moved multiple times with me, and I just never read them. Some of them, when I was a teen, people would give books to my mom to give to me. Some of them people gave to me because they knew I liked to read. Some of them I just bought because I liked the cover, and then I never read them. Like I went through a reading slump that lasted years and years. So, um I have a lot of books that I just never picked up and read. And I thought about unhauling some of them, especially the ones I got from like the book club subscription books where they just send you books and it's not necessarily something you would pick out on your own. I thought about just unhauling them, but I really like to try new authors and new books and, read stories even if it's not something that I think I'm going to enjoy, because you just never know and you can find some real hidden gems that way. And so I really want to read them before I unhaul them. And so that is another goal, something I would like to complete this year. And that was actually the main goal when I started this channel, was making my way through these books that I had on my shelf. And I got a little bit distracted by like some of my husband's books that he has that I wanted to read. And then I decided to do the ABC Author Challenge, which I absolutely love that challenge, but it distracted me from that goal. So that is probably my number two goal for sure, is to read some of these books that have been on my shelves for a long time and decide what I'm going to keep and what's going to go ahead and move on. My third goal is to complete the ABC Author Challenge. I absolutely love that challenge. I can't wait to do more. But first, I need to, one, complete the books I already have on my shelves from years and years and years, and two, complete the challenge that I'm already doing. So I already have all the authors. I just need to sit down and read them. I've read six of them, and I'm on my seventh book. There's 28 because I think two letters I had to take a penalty. I couldn't find my I author. I couldn't find it author that had the last name of I at the thrift store. And my N author, which I thought was weird, I couldn't find an author that had a last name that started with N at the thrift store either. And so I took a penalty for both those and had to get two books. And so I do have to, I have several more. So I think I've read six. I'm on seven. So what, 21 books? Um, And so I should be able to, if I, double up, and some of them are shorter, and I should be able to get through really quickly. So I do think I can complete that this year, and I'm hoping I can do that. And then my fourth goal is to read my 25 days of Bookmas books as well, and read all of those within this year as well. Um, some of those they're like a second in a series, and reading the synopsis, I know I need to get like the first in the series to be able to fully understand the world and fully enjoy the book. So I am going to be doing that. So that's going to add books to my list. But I really want to do this again next year. I really enjoyed seeing what my husband and my sister-in-law chose for me based on what they know about me, and they did a really good job. There's only a couple that I'm kind of like about. The rest of them, I think I'm really gonna enjoy, and I'm really excited about them. So I definitely want to complete that, and I want to do it, and that way I want to complete it before December, so I can do a video again where I did a video about which ones I anticipated enjoying the least to the most. And so I want to do a video about which ones I actually enjoyed least to most, and compare those and see, how well I know myself based on just reading synopsis and such. And so that I want to complete before, like I said, December, and before I start getting new books for 25 days of Bookmas, because I really want to do that again. But if I don't complete these readings, I'm not going to do it again, because I really need to focus on what I have, and not get more books to add on to the pile. So that is another goal. I think what that was number four. I can't remember. And my next goal is, other than the exceptions that I talked about, I don't want to buy any new books this year. Um, I really want to focus, like I said, on what I have already. So the only exceptions to that, of course, is buying Nora Roberts' book to complete that collection and that goal, and buying any series um, books that I need to complete series. But other than that, I'm not gonna buy any new books unless it's, Nora Roberts comes out with another new one. I'm not gonna buy any new books, and I'm not gonna buy any books that don't go along with a series, that I already have that I'm trying to complete. Some of them are the first in series, and I'm probably gonna wait to buy more of those. Those will probably go on to 2023, but like I said, some of them I started at the second in series, and so I really need to get the books that come before them to be able to fully understand those. And so those, are definitely an exception to the buying rule, and maybe some kids corner books. That is probably another goal. So, what goal number six is to finish up my Throwback Thursdays as far as what I have on my own personal shelves, and start doing a Throwback Thursdays that's more of like a kids' corner, which is books that are more popular today, I guess. I really want to continue that. I love visiting like children's books, and I think just because it's a child's book doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be good. I think sometimes children's books can be overly simplified, and I don't really like that. Like, I think just because it's a children's book does not mean it can't be good. So, really want to continue that as well. And I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing that's sort of related, but a little bit different, is to spend more time building my website. I kind of just threw it together, and I haven't put a lot of focus on it, but I do want to continue, doing my shelved books. I need to organize that. I want to do that a little bit differently, and I haven't updated it in quite a while. I want to add a kids corner to my website. I want to blog more, and really break down certain books on my blog and do more in-depth reviews, which I haven't been doing. And yeah, so I just want to spend more time in general on my website and really build that up as well. And so those are my goals for this coming year. I hope I'm able to complete them, especially as far as like the reading goals and kind of clearing off my shelf a little bit and, reading what I have. And then also, like I said, finishing my Nora Roberts collection is my number one goal for sure. So that's it, I think. I think those are pretty good goals. I don't have like any set reading goals. I know a lot of people kind of set a certain number to read as a way to motivate them, but to me, like I'm reading, 10 Minutes of Time, that's 820 pages. So that's one book, but it equals way more than if I had read like, I don't know, like 2 to 3, average size books. Um so yeah, reading those 2 to 3 average size books might up my number count, but this is something that's kind of pushing me outside my comfort zone, because it is such a big book. It is so intimidating, but so that's kind of my view on it anyway. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna set a strict number. Obviously, I have my ABC Author Challenge books, my 25 days, so that's gonna be a certain number of books at the when it's all said and done. But past that, I don't have a set number for what I want to read for the year or anything like that. I just want to complete the books I have, really. So but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. Let me know some of your 2022 goals. And yeah, happy reading, everyone. Bye.